It's the most wonderful time of the year, Black Friday. Brands and content creators alike have been incessantly reminding us for this entire month that this weekend is when the biggest deals are happening, and they have some promo codes to give us further discounts. Now, I'm not someone who is immune to Black Friday. I actually do like waiting until this time of year to purchase certain things I've had on my wish list for quite a while. And when it came to skincare, you would imagine my shock when I saw that I had 20 plus skincare items on the list that I wanted to buy. Yes, I am a content creator on YouTube that talks about skincare. I am a skincare enthusiast in that regard. But if you've been following my channel for this past year, I've actually been keeping it very simple in my skincare routine, essentially surviving off the basics of cleanser, moisturizer, sunscreen, the occasional active in the evening, and some type of soothing product on the side. So I really had to ask myself, what happened? Why did I feel like I needed 20 plus skincare items in my skincare routine once again? On top of that, I spent all of 2022 doing a low buy challenge to really reduce my skincare consumption and go through what I currently had in my skincare collection, which at the time consisted to 80, maybe even 100 plus skincare products. That's a lot of products for one face and to go through before they expire. Again, I was just shocked to see that I had such an extensive wish list for skincare items, so I had to really reflect, why is it that I thought I needed those items in the first place? So I did a little exercise for myself. I went through every single item on that list and wrote up why I thought I needed said item in my skincare collection because I had whatever skincare concern. Later on that day, I did do my skincare routine, keeping in mind what I thought I was lacking in that routine itself. And what ended up happening is I was just very content and happy with my skin by the end of my routine. It was calm, it was bright, it was even. I had no active pimples at the time. If anything, what I wanted to improve upon was how I approached my skincare in terms of my skin type. For the longest time, I've been saying on my channel that my skin went from oily to extremely dry. But after seeing an esthetician to get a simple facial, I was told that my skin may actually be oily and dehydrated still, considering that I am still breaking out on occasion. When I replied saying, well, this whole year my skin hasn't been feeling dehydrated at all, it's been rather comfortable, she suggested that, well, maybe my skin's combination where in the colder months, my skin does feel drier, but the foundation of my skin is still the same, oily, but with dehydration. After speaking to one esthetician at that time, I was reconsidering my skincare routines, particularly moisturizer, because during that facial, I was told that whatever moisturizer I was using was not working for me because my pores were very congested. Now, at first I thought I just ended up using a heavier moisturizer during a hot time of the year, not realizing what the temperature would be outside. But the more I continued using my go-to moisturizer, I have noticed more and more that my skin actually was quite congested. So I had to accept that my skin actually has changed since the time I thought it was severely dry and dehydrated. And maybe my skin actually is back to that oily, dehydrated self. So I've been on a search for a new moisturizer and just maybe revamp my skincare routine in general, just to cater to not only my skin type, which is of an oilier skin type and has been for a good chunk of my life, but also the skin condition, which is dehydration. And that's when I had the aha moment of why I had such a lengthy wish list when it came to skincare and having this reignited desire to consume more skincare. I started watching skincare content again because of this change in skin type, or really going back to my original skin type with the original condition at hand. I started refreshing my memory on dry versus dehydrated skin and how to maintain the skin's moisture balance. And of course, when watching skincare videos, there are always product recommendations. So I started going online shopping once again, starting to fill these shopping baskets with skincare products I thought would address the issue of my oily and dehydrated skin without congesting my skin. Basically relying a lot on skincare to fix the issue, which is what I've been doing for majority of my life. On top of watching these videos on skin moisture balance, product recommendations for oily dehydrated skin, I started developing a lot of FOMO, a lot of fear of missing out. I started to feel like I, as a skincare enthusiast, was not doing enough on my channel to share with you all the latest and greatest skincare products. That's what also contributed to that lengthy wish list of skincare products, not just what I convinced myself that I needed in my skincare routine, but what I thought would be a great review for you all if you were interested in the latest and greatest lotion or potion out there. Alongside that exercise I did with that wish list, I had to ask myself, would I ever buy these items at full price? And the answer was maybe, considering my skin's needs. But then I also reflected on this past year, how little I was using in my skincare routine and how good my skin was and still is. When it came to dehydration, a skin condition I have been dealing with since 2016, probably earlier, but 2016 was definitely the breaking point of dehydration because that's when it started to feel really painful. My skin was feeling very tight and just constantly thirsty. With dehydration, I noticed this past year, since I started to take it slow with my skincare routine, that the dehydration actually ended up improving, where I was just able to splash my face with water, use a gel cream and a sunscreen throughout majority of this year. I did not need any toner, serum, essence, any type of layering of skincare items whatsoever for my skin to feel satisfyingly moisturized. In addition to a more simple skincare routine this past year, I noticed the redness on my face, particularly in my nose area where I usually apply concealer, went away completely. This year, I barely wore any complexion products. The only time I would wear concealer is if I had a pimple as such. With this knowledge and realization that my skin's been completely fine majority of this year with just the basics, with the occasional active and soothing product, it really helped to cut down the BS on this wish list even further. I did end up purchasing 2 skincare products from the same brand. It's from Jordan Samuel Skin. One is a repurchase of Hydrate the Mist. I have been daydreaming about using that mist for years. Basically, whenever I had some type of mist in my collection and was using it, I always compared it back to Jordan Samuel Skin Hydrate the Mist. So I thought for this Black Friday, I would go ahead and repurchase it. And my first purchase, it was at full price. So it is something that I would gladly purchase at full price. The second item I purchased from Jordan Samuel Skin was the hydrating serum. I have been missing using some type of hydrating, soothing serum in my skincare routine, specifically on the nights that I was using tretinoin. I find having a serum like that on hand really helps to counteract any dryness or irritation I may get from tretinoin. So out of the 20 plus skincare products I had on my wish list for Black Friday, those were the only 2 that I purchased and took advantage of the sale. I did purchase other skincare products, like a repurchase of the La Roche-Posay Cicaplast Balm. I purchased a Vichy cleanser. I also purchased the CeraVe PM lotion, but all of those I've repurchased before. The cleanser is new to me, but it is something that I would go ahead and repurchase and did not mind at all paying full price. And at the time, I wanted a gel cleanser in my skincare routine. Even with the Vichy cleanser, I actually did use the Normaderm one in the past with salicylic acid, and it worked really well for me. So I figured the cleansing gel I did recently purchase would perform more or less the same without any actives in it. Had to turn on a couple of lights because it is getting dark rather early. It is 3:55 p.m. It is so gloomy outside. Oh my gosh. Anyways, back to the video. So those are the 5 skincare items I have purchased this month. 3 of them being repurchase, 2 being more on recommendation and wanting to try and feeling like I needed in my skincare routine at this point in time. I have to give myself a tap on the back because I ended up only purchasing 5 skincare products this month. Last year I was really bad. I realized I was out of control and just lost everything that I was striving for the low buy year. But I really do think that with these purchases, I was very cognizant of what I was introducing into my skincare routine. And I made sure that the items I was buying, I was going to use right away. They would not sit in the back of my skincare cabinet and they would not expire. I am making sure that I put them to good use once I get them. Another thing I put my money towards this month have been cosmetic treatments. Now, I did do a video recently on getting a skin booster for dehydrated skin. If you're interested in that, I'll leave a link to it either up in the cards or the description box down below. The cosmetic treatment I got is called Biorejuvenation Mesotherapy. The dermatologist injected an ampule all over my face and neck that primarily consisted of amino acids, vitamins, minerals, enzymes, hyaluronic acid, stuff like that. I noticed immediately that the tight, painful dehydration I was experiencing was gone completely, and I also noticed a plumping effect on my cheeks area right here in particular. Overall, I saw my face looked more smooth and I did have an inner glow to my skin. I have been meaning to do a video on dehydrated skin and what I've done to manage it prior to getting a skin booster, so stay tuned for that. I know it's a much needed video for this time of year in particular. The second cosmetic treatment that I got recently, and we'll be doing a second one of it, is a Bio Repeel facial. It is a 35% TCA peel. It basically just really helps rejuvenate the skin. I think it's perfect for my skin's needs, especially after the summer, being out and about in the sun a whole lot. What it's supposed to do is help with fine lines and wrinkles, if you have any. I don't have fine lines. I do have dehydration lines, which the skin booster has helped with, but it helps with fine lines and wrinkles, any superficial acne scars. It helps with acne. It helps to brighten the skin, create an even complexion. And that's what I feel like I got after one facial. It was super gentle. I've done 2 BHA peel facials in the past and I found them rather gentle anyways. But this one with a 35% TCA peel, I was really shocked at how gentle it was. And to get maximum effect from it, you need to go in 3 to 6 times in a span of 10 to 2 weeks. I'm definitely not going to be doing 6 of them. That's just too much and it's a lot of money. So I'm only going in for 3. So I have 2 more to go. This is my skin right now, actually without any makeup on it. It is just skincare and I only have an acne patch on my chin here. I think my skin looks really good. My friend who recommended the dermatologist to me saw my skin recently and also saw the visible difference in my skin since I last spoken with her. The Bio Repeel pretty much handled the skincare concerns I would typically have post-summer, which is uneven skin tone and darker pigmentation, particularly some freckles I have that haven't been fading as fast as they typically would. It also helped with my acne and just overall create this really nice smooth complexion. When I looked at my skincare wish list of the things I wanted to add to my skincare routine to help, a lot of it was around hydration, brightening the skin. I was also contemplating reintroducing chemical exfoliants into my skincare routine to smooth out my skin more. Sure, instead of getting the cosmetic treatments, I could have just bought a few skincare products that targeted those skin issues I was having and just solely relied on topical usage. No need to spend money on seeking professional help. But the thing is, I've been relying on topicals for a very, very long time. I've said it before, I had a skin plateau in 2021 where I realized the extent of what skincare items could do. It wasn't until I saw a dermatologist to get prescription strength tretinoin that I noticed a difference in my skin, both in recent times in my late 20s and back in my late teens in university. For my acne scars, it wasn't until I invested in professional microneedling and CO2 FRAXEL laser did I see the results that I wanted to see. And the same thing goes with getting a skin booster and the Bio Repeel. With the skin booster, it immediately solved the issue I was having with dehydration and plumped out my skin. With the Bio Repeel, just one session alone was enough to really brighten, even smooth my complexion and make me really, really happy with the skin I'm in at this point in time, not relying on so many skincare products in my skincare routine. And frankly, to reintroduce so many skincare products once again has the potential to impair my skin barrier. This past year, I've come to realize that with a basic skincare routine with the occasional active and soothing product has my skin barrier improved significantly. That's why I saw such good results from it, why I've seen less redness, less troublesome issues in general, and probably why my dehydration went away at that point in time. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe the dehydration I was experiencing prior to getting this skin booster is due to the fact that I was using more skincare products in my skincare routine. I always do that at this time of year. I always think it's the right time to use more products, when really I think it's never a good time of year to use so many things. And so that is my rant about Black Friday, how I almost fell into the beauty trap once again of over consuming skincare products, how I got myself out of it once again, what I actually purchased topical skincare wise for Black Friday, and how with certain skin issues I've been feeling, I just went and sought out professional help. With that said, here's some advice for this shopping season as someone who's gone through hell and back with their skin for majority of her life. And that is, if you have a certain skin condition that you feel like is not being addressed, maybe the answer is not to add more products into the equation. It may be to just reduce the amount of products you use and seek professional help. There are a lot of us on this platform that share our skin concerns and talk about the products we use to alleviate said problems, but a lot of the times from my experience, the problems have been solved or really controlled based on seeking professional help. So if you have not done that already, I highly suggest you do so before putting all your eggs in one basket, especially a skincare product that may or may not do the same thing of one that you already have in your skincare collection. As Dr. Natalia Spearings once said, you won't develop skin problems from not using certain products, but you can develop skin problems from using too many products. That is it for this video. As always, I hope you find content like this helpful and informative. If you did, please be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to my channel down below for future videos. Please leave a comment letting me know how your Black Friday shopping is going, if you've also been having problems with self-control, having an extensive wish list like myself, how you went out of the beauty trap once again. I would love to read about it, and just know that there are people like myself that are struggling with the exact same things when it comes to beauty marketing. That is it for this video. See you all soon. Ciao.